Welcome everybody on Hard Reset Tricks channel, and in front of me I have Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. In this tutorial I will show you top 5 hidden tricks that you should know about while using this smartphone. Enjoy watching! So I was working with all major brands smartphones and also with this smartphone for a little while, and I can say that there are few hidden tricks that you should definitely know about, and I'm gonna show you 5 of them. Start by opening the settings and then scroll down a little bit to move to the display, and you should open the motion smoothness option. Here we see adaptive and standard options. The adaptive gives you refreshing rate up to 120 Hz. This is good amount for smartphones these days. So you will get smoother animations and scrolling will be looking better. It will of course increase the battery usage, but you should know about everything has a price. So in my recommendation, you should of course activate the adaptive screen refreshing rate. The standard option gives you only 60 Hz of screen refresh rate, so this is not good. And if you want to save the battery, of course in adaptive option your device will detect that you have low battery power and it will decrease the screen refreshing rate. So yeah, I turn on the adaptive, then get back and move to the advanced features. So here you should get into the bottom of these settings, and if you're using some applications such as Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, or I don't know, Messenger, then you can clone these apps and use two applications at the same time. If you're using two accounts, then it will help you a lot. So what you have to do is enable this option here, then click install, confirm of course the disclaimer, and you can turn it on or off, depends if you want to use a separate contact list. Now the second copy of Facebook is installed on this device, so if I type the Facebook on my app drawer, I can see two different applications, the original one and the clone application. So you can log in on two different accounts and still use it at the same time. That is very useful. Unfortunately, not all of the applications can be cloned by using this Samsung feature, but some of them can be using in this way. So now get into the advanced feature one more time and take a look on the one-handed mode. So imagine that you going walk with your dog and you have to hold the leash on one hand, and the other hand you looking something on your smartphone. If you have small hands like me, then you will have a problem with reaching all of the corners on your display. So what's now one-handed mode can help you with this issue. You can turn it on, and here you will decide if you want the gesture or button activation of one-handed mode. If you're using the navigation of 3 buttons like me, I'm in this panel here, so you should take a button and double tapping the home button will open the one-handed mode, and I will show you right now how it works. I double tapping the home button and I have this screen over here. I can drag it and change the size. I can drag it on the top of my screen, use this arrow to change the position. To exit the one-handed mode, you have to just tap on the empty field here, and this mode gives you easy access to all of the part of your screen. So I think this is a very useful option. Now let me get back and go to the home screen. For example, you open the Google Chrome, and now I will show you what I mean. Now get back to the home screen and open the recently opened apps running in the background. Then what now? You have to click on this icon of the page you open, and you have two options open in a split screen view and open in pop-up view. This is very useful. So pop-up view works like that. You can have a small window on your display, and this is your application that you open in a pop-up view. To close this window, you have to drag it and move to the close. The other one, so split screen view, this is also helpful. You can search something on your Google and then open other application, for example settings, and do two things at the same time. You can always change the size of these two windows. If you want to exit, just get back to the home screen by using back button. So it is very useful and easy to do. So what's now? I think you should know about the option in advanced feature. So this is a side button. Here you have two available options. You can double press the power button, I mean this side key here, to open quickly the camera that works even your screen is turned off. So for example, you turn off your screen and you want to quickly access the camera, so you double pressing the power button in a fast way, but it's hard for me, obviously. So yeah, the camera is open within a second after my correct pressing the double time the power button. So it's very helpful in case, I don't know, you see some wild animal and you have only a few seconds to take a nice picture of it. So this is this feature coming to help you with such situations. Now the long pressing the power button gives you an access to the digital assistant, and it is by Google or by Samsung, I mean the Bixby option. Both of them are digital assistants. So in my professional opinion, I think that digital assistance by Google is way better than Samsung's Bixby, but it's only my opinion, and I was working with digital assistant of Google and Samsung a lot of times, and I was using this smartphone, as I said, for a while. I'm always choosing the assistant by Google. Now let's get back. Of course you can set up the third option, and it is power offing your device. Now let's move to the main page of settings and move to the security and privacy. So basically what you have to do is set up your lock screen, because as you can know, the device should be protected. We all have the personal data on our devices and we wish to protect them for every cost. And of course screen locks coming to help you. You have a few options here: the PIN, password, pattern, swipe, or none. Or you can use the biometrics such as face recognition or fingerprints. Of course it's all depend of your personal needs and your favorite way to lock your device. For me it's always the pattern. Swipe is not so good. Password and PIN are also very nice to have, but of course most useful are face recognition and fingerprints. You should choose your method and use it every time. So after that you should know about, of course, the settings special for your I'm gonna find it at first. I don't know why it's not here. Maybe I'm blind. It should be here. So give me a second, please. So that wasn't happen. I confused the fold smartphone with flip smartphone. Obviously it doesn't have the small screen in front of this device, but let's move on, and you should get into the home screen, and What I'm going to show you is the Edge panel. I'm talking about this feature, so you have to unroll this section here. Then you can enter this gear icon. It will move you to the panels that you can set up for your Edge panel, but you can also get back into the previous page and switch it on or off, depends on your preferences, of course. I like to using it. It gives quick access to some features and I don't need to find it in the settings or on my app drawer. So what can you do here? It, like I said, change the panel dim. You can change the handle, so position of this small bar here. You can change it to the left or right. You can lock handle position. You can change the style, transparency, size, width. You can do everything with it. You can always main and cover screens, or you can show it on the main screen or cover screen. Decide where you wish to be your Edge panel, and that's all. I think that was the last trick that I wish to show you on this video. If you liked it, leave a comment and subscribe to our YouTube channels. Goodbye!